So this is a review that I have been promising for ages, both to you guys who've been requesting it and to the company themselves, to LUX socks. Now, the reason it's taken so long is because really, I just couldn't make my mind up. These have been the most tested, most worn, most washed socks out of any that I have had on the channel so far, because they're good. But there's just something about them, and I know exactly what it is, that I just can't get along with. And that something had me thrown so much that I actually had to give these socks to multiple other people to ask them to try them, to get a bigger pool of information and to see what other people thought. And it's still pretty split down the middle. LUX grip socks, are they the best budget grip socks out there? Are they simply the best grip socks out there? I'm going to answer that question along with all others that you might need to know today on the channel. So please remember to like the video, get subscribed for more football boot, football shirt, and grip sock content. I'm James, this is Boot Wizard. That's enough information, and let's crack on with a head scratcher of a review. If you are a grip sock aficionado or you know a little bit about grip socks, you have probably seen these before. This is the OG grip sock, the Trusox. It's a very distinctive sock because of the design on the back and also because of the way that these grip elements are set out. The thing that does set Trusox apart from pretty much any other brand tends to be the fact that they have internal grip elements. So that same element that's on the outside can also be found on the inside, and they're pretty much the only company that does that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the Trusox next to this LUX grip sock, and you can see the design is already uncannily similar. You have pretty much exactly the same layout on the bottom for the grips. You have an identical design on the back of the socks, and even the logoing just here and here is in exactly the same place. And most importantly, like I mentioned a minute ago, the biggest thing is the fact that the LUX grip socks have internal grips. They have gone down the route of Trusox and they have internal grips. Now, importantly, both of these materials are very, very different, but both of these socks do operate in a very, very similar manner. So the first question to answer is, are these a Trusox knockoff, a Trusox ripoff? No, basically not at all in any way that actually matters. That would be something like this. This is an AliExpress special grip sock that's designed to basically be a Trusox ripoff. That's not what the LUX socks are. They have taken the design elements, they have taken the patterning, and they have gone for a similar setup with the internal grips. But in almost every way that matters, these socks are different. The material is different, the fit is different, the length up your leg is different, the grip material is different, the way that it feels on your foot is different. So do I think that LUX should have their own design and they should not copy the Trusox? I absolutely think that. I think they need to push towards having their own identity. But in terms of actual quality of product and how it's made, there's very little that would make these an actual copy. So they're not copying the LUX, but are they actually any good? Well, in terms of the material, these are probably one of the plushest, most comfortable, best built socks that you're going to come across, provided that you like a thicker grip sock. These are quite thick all the way around, and it does lead to them being a little bit warmer than some of those thinner, more breathable grip socks. It's not the most breathable grip sock on the market, but if you're looking kind of cushioned padding, this is really, really nice, and the quality feels absolutely exceptional. LUX are actually so confident in the quality of their socks that they offer you a lifetime guarantee. A lifetime guarantee on a pair of grip socks is essentially crazy. I'll put the information up on the screen from the website, but yeah, lifetime guarantee on some socks, and as I say, you would expect these to last a pretty long time. Something that I do really like about the socks is the length on them. These come up a really nice distance up your calf, and they're fantastic if maybe you're training and you don't wear full length socks at training and you just want to wear these particular socks. You want to wear grip socks and nothing else at training. These are fantastic. I find it doesn't matter so much when you're in games as long as they stay up, which these also absolutely do. There's enough kind of stretch, enough elasticity in here to keep these socks in place, which is fantastic. In terms of the fit, these are a one size fits all grip sock, which isn't my favorite thing in the world. I do prefer to have different sizes because I have quite a small foot, usually about a UK 7, and having one size fits all socks doesn't usually work, but these are plenty stretchy and the fit is good. It's not the best fitting sock that you can get on the market or at this price point. There are other better options that maybe have better elastic properties that really do stretch around your foot. However, there's absolutely nothing wrong with these, and I would say anybody who does have a bigger or smaller foot should pretty much get away with them unless you have maybe a foot that's smaller than mine, and then you might find that they run a little bit big. There's also no anatomical shaping to this particular sock, so it's the same on both socks at the end. Again, anatomical shaping is something that I do very much like on socks. It means that the sock flows and follows the shape of your foot better, allowing for you to get a better fit and making sure that you don't end up with excess material on either end of the sock. That's not something you want. Again, the fit here is fine. It's not a problem at all, but no anatomical shaping as you would get on maybe something like a pure grip sock. But compared to the standard pure grip sock, these are definitely better. Now, something that is super important to talk about with any grip sock, because the price range is pretty huge between some of these big brands, some of the smaller brands, and honestly, at the lower price ranges, the quality range is pretty huge. So far, everything I've said about these has been pretty good, especially with regards to the quality of the sock. And these retail for just £11.99, which makes them absolutely one of the cheapest grip socks that I have reviewed. And for the quality at that price, they blow things like the Gain the Edge sock out of the water. They are simply better than that in terms of the quality of the materials and the fit. Although we do still have to talk about that issue that I'm not really feeling with these socks, but we will get there in a minute. $11.99 to buy them, and shipping. This is where I have my huge shipping rant, right? Wrong. Not today, because LUX have bested me on my shipping rant. Shipping to the US and the UK is completely free, and you can also get these off Amazon as well as direct through their website. If you live practically anywhere else in the world that is not going to get free shipping for like the US and the UK, it is $2.99 to get these shipped to you. That is how you do grip sock shipping and grip sock pricing. Damn, that is impressive. Damn, LUX grip socks. I have no words for the value that you offer on the quality of the build of the sock, along with the price you charge for them and the amount you charge for shipping. That is how it's done. I have no complaints. Well played, LUX. And to top that off, something I haven't shown you yet, 1 second. These came in the most fantastic presentation box. This is a pair of socks. Look at that. This really nice kind of cardboard presentation LUX box. And they come just nicely packaged into here with the big LUX logo and the time to unleash your potential down the outside with some extra information from Tom, the founder of LUX, on the back. Honestly, this, like, it's nothing, it's a box. But when you start adding up what makes a sock feel premium, some of it is the packaging. And you know what? I love that it's this. I love that it's cardboard, because so many people, so many sock companies, I've got a couple here, are throwing things out in plastic packaging. There's even a sock company that is deliberately trying to be more eco-friendly, but still sending things out in plastic packaging. So well done to LUX for the packaging, well done for the pricing, well done for the shipping costs. It's very hard to complain about any of those things, but I am now going to complain about one thing. But what? What, James, I hear you cry. You've said they're good value, you've said they're good quality, you've said they offer a lifetime warranty, you said the fit is pretty good. What could possibly be wrong with these perfect socks? Well, it's one of the key selling elements of the socks that I don't like. And it's actually the internal grips. And we'll bring back the Trusox here because there's a very important distinction between the Trusox and these LUX grip socks, and it's the material that these are made out of. So you can see on the inside of the Trusox, this is a very flat material and it's kind of a synthetic suede, and that's what grips to your foot. And this is pretty inobtrusive. Doesn't get in the way. And on the LUX grip sock, what you get is exactly the same material on the inside as you do the outside, which is this rubber material. So it's a much more traditional sock material that you would expect to find on a lot of grip socks at this particular price point. So the grip itself on the outside is fine. If I'm being honest, potentially for me, a little bit too much grip. There is, as my friend Andrew at the Guardian Boot Blog says, there is a Goldilocks amount of grip that grip socks should have. Not too much, not too little, it should be just right. And these are maybe slightly overkill just because of the way that they're designed, and just for note, they don't really run up the heel too much, which again is something that I like if socks do that. But that's not a huge problem. I think there is a perfectly acceptable balance of grip here, even if I'm not blown away. However, on the inside, you have exactly the internal of those grips in here, and honestly, I don't like them. I spent a lot of time going backwards and forwards myself because they do what is intended, which is to hold your foot in place, which is exactly what you want. However, I found that I could just simply feel them too much. I was aware of them far too much when I was playing, when I wore these as general socks for a few days, and it's just too noticeable for my liking, especially if you're in a position where maybe it's very hot outside, you're sweating a lot. This really does damage the kind of moisture wicking properties of the sock, and it's just not a sensation that I particularly liked. And when you combine that with the fact that the sock is quite thick anyway, because you know, that's a good quality sock, but it's a little bit thick, it doesn't give a huge amount of breathability, and then you put that on top while your foot's sweating, it's not a sensation that I particularly enjoyed, and it's not something that I want on my grip socks in this particular style. Do I want elements on the inside of my grip socks? Absolutely. I think that's the biggest selling point of the Trusox, and I think that done in a different way, it could be really, really effective, but this is too much for me. I say for me a lot in that little area there because, as I said at the beginning, I gave these out to a few different people in order for them to try them, and it's a 50-50 split. Half the people I gave them to were literally like, this is fantastic, I really like this kind of secure feeling in the sock and it really worked for them. And then the other half had almost exactly the same problem that I had, where they felt that it was intrusive and they felt that there was kind of too much moisture buildup. Maybe you just need to have feet that sweat less. So it's very much a case of, if this internal grip setup is something that you think you're gonna really like, these could be the best grip socks that you can go out and buy for the price that you pay for them, especially when you put shipping in. And when you consider the quality, the length of it, everything I've just said, I don't want to repeat myself, they're great. But that internal lining, I have to say, doesn't work for me. But like I say, of the people I gave it to, I gave them to nearly 10 people. Half the people were like, this is fantastic. I really like these socks. I know a guy, Boot Maniac, over on Instagram. He's been using these for a very long time and he really likes them, and I absolutely trust his opinion. And sometimes that's just how it goes. It's for somebody, it's not for somebody else. So if that's for you, these could be unbelievable grip socks. If that's not for you, then you're probably not going to enjoy the experience wearing them. Which is the same with many things, but I feel like it was really important to make that distinction with this particular sock because it has so many other great elements to it. So what we have to do is we have to rank these grip socks. Where do they belong? Where do they need to go? And I'm very much torn here on whether I put them right at the top end of the cheesy category because of everything that they do so very well, along with the price being fantastic, or if they get bumped up into the Nike Crew category. So it's either bottom end of Nike Crew or top end of cheesy. That's where they're going. I am not going to make a decision. After this video goes live, there will be a poll up on my community page. I want you to vote for where these grip socks land. And once they are in there, then I will rank them. I will put them into our big tier ranking list for grip socks, and we'll know exactly what we think of the LUX grip sock. If you do want to pick up a pair, I will leave a link down in the top pinned comment. This does not support the channel. It's just an easy way for you to get to the socks. If you do want to support the channel, patreon.com/bootwizard is the best way to do that. And of course, liking this video, and please do get subscribed because that really does help impact how much ad revenue I can make, which makes a huge difference to the channel and keeps the money coming in, which means I can keep making videos for you and I can keep talking really quickly towards the end of videos so that you keep watching, and then you don't really know what's going on and I keep talking and you're like, what's he happening and who's he talking to and why is he talking to me and what's happening and why is this video still going on? That's all from me here today. This has been Boot Wizard. I've been James. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon.